So anyway, what I want to talk to you about today are weeds and seeds. Weeds and seeds. And if we look at life as if it were a garden, then here's the musts, right? We must prepare the soil. We must plant good seeds. We must water it. We have to remove the weeds, and then we have to harvest timely. Let me explain to you what I mean. If you are the soil, that's number one. Like preparing the soil, step one, you are the soil. So determining what drives you, whether it be the fear or desire or duty or love, it's that primary purpose that we talk about, right? The why that we talk about, that's the soil, right? You need to understand what it is that you're working with. Your seeds are actually the actions, but there's a little key here. They're the actions and intentions behind them. It's not enough to do something that on the outside seems good. It's the intention behind it that determines whether or not it's a good seed. Harken back to what we were just talking about with what were we doing in COVID that actually worked? Well, there were people that were calling us that had commission breath, and we saw right through it. And then there were people that were calling us genuinely wanting to know if there was something that they could do for me. There were people that were delivering groceries for people that couldn't get out for groceries. There were people picking up prescriptions. Like, what you all did as an organization was good seed. Watering is how we continue to nurture your drive, to nurture your intention. So are you reading a great book? Not a good one, a great book, or are you watching the news? I know which one I'm doing. Are you abstaining from something that's bad, that's not serving you? Or are you feeding your mind and body the right way with the right things? Weeds are the distractions. They are the obstacles to our success. The crazy thing about weeds is they can sprout anywhere. And we don't typically know in advance, although we could probably do some research and maybe ask around and figure out where the likely challenges are going to sprout, where the likely weeds are going to come up. But the key is to see them when they sprout, okay? Not turn a blind eye, not allow that blind spot or your wishful thinking to keep you from seeing it, to identify it, and then remove it. So what's getting in the way of your growth? I see it, I pull it, I delete it. Those are the weeds. And then, of course, harvest. Harvest is critical, right? Like, you can't have great fruit unless you harvest timely. Because if you pick it too early, it doesn't have time to ripen. It tastes bitter. If you wait too long, it rots and it drops to the floor. You know what I'm talking about? It's on the ground. It's over. If your life, if your business, if your relationships, if your fill in the blank is a garden, you need to plant seeds, not weeds. Merry Christmas, you guys. Have a wonderful day.